Tommy Lee Jones is an American actor and film director. He has received 4 Academy Award nominations, winning one as Best Supporting Actor for his performance as U.S. Marshal Samuel Gerard in the 1993 thriller film The Fugitive. His other notable starring roles include former Texas Ranger Woodrow F. and the award-winning TV miniseries Lonesome Dove, Agent K in the Men in Black film series, Sheriff Ed Tom Bell in No Country for Old Men, the villain Two-Face in Batman Forever, terrorist William Strannix in Under Siege, a Texas Ranger in Man of the House, rancher Pete Perkins in The 3 Burials of Melquiades Estrada, which also served as his directorial debut, Colonel Chester Phillips in Captain America, the First Avenger, and Warden Dwight McClusky in Natural Born Killers. Jones has also portrayed real-life figures such as businessman Howard Hughes, radical Republican Congressman Thaddeus Stevens, executed murderer Gary Gilmore, U.S. Army General Douglas MacArthur, Oliver Lynn, husband of Loretta Lynn and coal miner's daughter, and baseball great Ty Cobb. Early life. Jones was born on September 15, 1946 in San Saba, Texas. His mother, Lucille Marie, was a police officer, school teacher, and beauty shop owner, and his father, Clyde C. Jones, was an oil field worker. The two were married and divorced twice. Jones has stated that his grandmother was of Cherokee ancestry. He was raised in Midland, Texas and attended Robert E. Lee High School. Jones graduated from the St. Mark's School of Texas, which he attended on scholarship. He now serves on the board of directors. He attended Harvard College on a need-based scholarship. He stayed in Moab 12 as a freshman, across the hall from future Vice President Al Gore, the son of Senator Albert Gore, Sr. of Tennessee. As an upperclassman, he stayed in Dunster House with roommates Gore and Bob Summerby, who later became editor of the media criticism site The Daily Howler. Jones played offensive guard on Harvard's undefeated 1968 varsity football team, was nominated as a first-team All-Ivy League selection, and played in the 1968 game, which featured a memorable and literally last-minute Harvard 16-point comeback to tie Yale. He recounts his memory of the most famous football game in Ivy League history in the documentary Harvard Beats Yale 29-29. Jones graduated cum laude with a Bachelor of Arts in English in 1969. His senior thesis was on the mechanics of Catholicism in the works of Flannery O'Connor. Career. Jones moved to New York to become an actor, making his Broadway debut in 1969's A Patriot for Me in a number of supporting roles. In 1970 he landed his first film role, coincidentally playing a Harvard student in Love Story. In early 1971, he returned to Broadway in 8 Boroughs 4 on a Garden where he shared the stage with Carol Channing and Sid Caesar. Between 1971 and 1975 he portrayed Dr. Mark Toland on the ABC soap opera, One Life to Live. He returned to the stage for a 1974 production of Ulysses in Nighttown with Zero Mostel. It was followed by the acclaimed TV movie The Amazing Howard Hughes, where he played the lead role. In films, he played an escaped convict hunted in Jackson County Jail, a Vietnam veteran in Rolling Thunder and an automobile mogul, co-starring with Laurence Olivier, in the Harold Robbins drama The Betsy. In 1980, Jones earned his first Golden Globe nomination for his portrayal of country singer Loretta Lynn's husband, Doolittle Mooney Lynn, in the popular Coal Miner's Daughter. In 1981 he played a drifter opposite Sally Field in Back Roads, a comedy that received middling reviews. In 1983, he received an Emmy for Best Actor for his performance as murderer Gary Gilmore in a TV adaptation of Norman Mailer's The Executioner's Song. That same year he starred in a pirate adventure, Nate and Hayes, playing the heavily bearded pirate Captain Bully Hayes. In 1989, he earned another Emmy nomination for his portrayal of Texas Ranger lawman Woodrow F. in the acclaimed television miniseries Lonesome Dove, based on the bestseller by Larry McMurtry. In the 1990s, blockbuster hits such as The Fugitive co-starring Harrison Ford, Batman Forever co-starring Val Kilmer, and Men in Black with Will Smith made Jones one of the best-paid and most in-demand actors in Hollywood. His performance in The Fugitive received broad acclaim and an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor and a sequel. When he accepted his Oscar, his head was shaved for his role in the film Cobb, which he made light of in his speech, "The only thing a man can say at a time like this is I am not really bald. Actually, I'm lucky to be working." Among his other well-known performances during the 1990s were those of the accused conspirator Clay Bertrand in the 1991 film JFK, as a terrorist who hijacks a U.S. Navy battleship in Under Siege, and as a maximum security prison warden who's in way over his head in Natural Born Killers. Jones co-starred with director Clint Eastwood as astronauts in the 2000 film Space Cowboys, in which both played retired pilots and friends rivals leading a space rescue mission together. In 2005, the first theatrical feature film Jones directed, The Three Burials of Melquiades Estrada, was presented at the 2005 Cannes Film Festival. Jones's character speaks both English and Spanish in the film. His performance won him the Best Actor award. His first film as a director had been The Good Old Boys in 1995, a made-for-television movie. Two strong performances in 2007 marked a resurgence in Jones's career, one as a beleaguered father investigating the disappearance of his soldier son in the Valley of Elah, the other as a Texas sheriff hunting an assassin in the Oscar-winning No Country for Old Men. For the former, he was nominated for an Academy Award. Jones has been a spokesperson for Japanese brewing company Suntory since 2006. He can be seen in various Japanese TV commercials of Suntory's coffee brand Boss as a character called Alien Jones, an extraterrestrial who takes the form of a human being to check on the world of humans. There are 34 such commercials, many of which can be seen on YouTube. In 2010, Jones appeared alongside Ben Affleck in the recession drama The Company Men. A film premiered at the Sundance Film Festival, where early reviews praised Jones's performance as pitch perfect. Jones had a role in the Marvel Studios film, Captain America, The First Avenger. He also directed, produced and co-starred with Samuel L. Jackson in an adaptation of The Sunset Limited. 2012 saw yet another turning point in Jones's career, starting in a reprisal of his role as Agent K in Men in Black 3, the romantic dramedy Hope Springs, and co-starring as Thaddeus Stevens in Steven Spielberg's Lincoln. Jones's performance in Lincoln received wide critical acclaim, with many reviewers claiming that he stole the film from star Daniel Day-Lewis. For this performance, Jones received his fourth Oscar nomination, for Best Supporting Actor. Personal life: at the 2000 Democratic National Convention, he presented the nominating speech for his college roommate, Al Gore, as the Democratic Party's nominee for President of the United States. Jones was married to Kate Lardner, the daughter of screenwriter and journalist Ring Lardner Jr., from 1971 to 1978. He has two children from his second marriage to Kimberly Cluffley, the daughter of Phil Hartberger, former mayor of San Antonio, Austin Leonard and Victoria Kafka. On March 19, 2001, he married his third wife, Dawn Laurel. Jones resides in Terrell Hills, Texas, a suburb of San Antonio, and speaks fluent Spanish. He owns a 3,000-acre cattle ranch in San Saba County, Texas, and a ranch near Van Horn, Texas, which served as the set for his film The Three Burials of Melquiades Estrada. He also owns a home and farm in Polo Mecca, Wellington, Florida. Jones is a serious polo player and he has a house in a polo country club in the city of Buenos Aires, Argentina. He is a supporter of the Polo Training Foundation. He is an avid San Antonio Spurs fan. He is often seen courtside at Spurs games. In 2008, Jones signed on with Chesapeake Energy to be a spokesperson for a public relations campaign to promote shale gas in Texas. Filmography: film, television, awards and nominations. Coal Miner's Daughter, nominated, Golden Globe Award for Best Actor, a Euro Motion Picture Musical or Comedy. The Executioner's Song, won, Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Lead Actor, Miniseries or a Movie. Lonesome Dove, nominated, Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Lead Actor, Miniseries or a Movie, Golden Globe Award for Best Supporting Actor, Series, Miniseries or Television Film. JFK, nominated, Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor, BAFTA Award for Best Actor in a Supporting Role. The Fugitive, 1, Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor, Golden Globe Award for Best Supporting Actor, a Euro Motion Picture, MTV Movie Award for Best On-Screen Duo. Nominated, BAFTA Award for Best Actor in a Supporting Role. Blown Away, nominated, MTV Movie Awards for Best Villain. The Good Old Boys, nominated, Screen Actors Guild Award for Outstanding Performance by a Male Actor in a Miniseries or Television Movie. Batman Forever, nominated, MTV Movie Awards for Best Villain. Men in Black, nominated, Satellite Award for Best Actor, Motion Picture Musical or Comedy, MTV Movie Awards Best On-Screen Duo. The Three Burials of Melquiades Estrada, 1, Satellite Award for Best Actor, Motion Picture Drama. A Prairie Home Companion, 1, Gotham Awards for Best Ensemble Cast. No Country for Old Men, 1, Screen Actors Guild Award for Outstanding Performance by a Cast in a Motion Picture. Nominated, BAFTA Award for Best Actor in a Supporting Role, Screen Actors Guild Award for Outstanding Performance by a Male Actor in a Supporting Role. In the Valley of Elah, nominated, Academy Award for Best Actor, Satellite Award for Best Actor, Motion Picture Drama. The Company Men, nominated, Satellite Award for Best Supporting Actor, a Euro Motion Picture. Captain America, The First Avenger, nominated, Scream Award for Best Supporting Actor. Lincoln, 1, Screen Actors Guild Award for Outstanding Performance by a Male Actor in a Supporting Role. Nominated, Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor, BAFTA Award for Best Actor in a Supporting Role, Golden Globe Award for Best Supporting Actor, a Euro Motion Picture, Screen Actors Guild Award for Outstanding Performance by a Cast in a Motion Picture. References. Further reading, Granert, Andrea, Les Bons et les Mar Copyright Chancel on Tommy Lee Jones, in, Francis Bordat et Serge Chauvin Les Bons et les Mar Copyright Chance Université Copyright Paris X, 2005, PA 339 a Euro 352, ISBN 2-907335-30-8, external links, Tommy Lee Jones at the Internet Movie Database, Tommy Lee Jones at the Internet Broadway Database, Tommy Lee Jones at the Internet Off-Broadway Database, Tommy Lee Jones at the TCM Movie Database, Tommy Lee Jones at AllMovie.